Screams from the haters. Got a nice ring to it. I guess every superhero needs his theme music. The Story Surgeon is back to continue the Chainsaw Man critique. I'll be covering Volume 6. Chapter 44. This chapter was good. The Bomb Devil plot twist was dope and executed in a surprising way. Shark being a Chekhov's gun and saving Denji also worked well. Chapter 45. This chapter was good. It continued the conflict from the last chapter and introduced a great piece of information, which was Shark revealing that Bomb was Gun's partner. He also hinted that Makima was untrustworthy. Chapter 46. This chapter was average. This is one of the biggest examples of this manga being horrible at making good characters and effective deaths. The second division seemed like it had characters with so much potential. Nomo seemed like a chill guy with personality, and him having the Fox Demon was also cool. Kato and Tanabe both had a contract with the Mold Demon, which provided an interesting ability. The Lieutenant, who also had the Fox, had just as much personality as his boss. And what does this manga do with these characters? It kills all of them. The latter three were all introduced and executed in this chapter, while Nomo was introduced one chapter before. So much potential for good characters is thrown out the window, and instead of giving them quality screen time, maybe even giving them strong relationships, a character arc, or an iconic moment, they go as quickly as they arrived for shock factor. Isn't it cool how different Chainsaw Man is? Chapter 47. This is average. Not much actually happens to progress the battle. Bomb tries to negotiate and keeps getting turned down. Kobeni also goes back to being useless. That makes no sense and is inconsistent. Chapter 48. This chapter was mostly action and just okay. The Bomb can seemingly do anything as long as it relates to bombs, which is unpredictable and makes the fight unsatisfying. She can explode things she touches, shoot sparks that explode, and can cut off body parts and make them explode. But she regenerates these parts like it's nothing, making her power very unbalanced. That makes the fight more disappointing. Aki pretending to be a corpse was smart though. This man is often carrying this story on his back. Chapter 49. This chapter was okay. It's mostly a setup for the next round by recharging the combatant's strength and introducing allies. Denji realizing that the Katana and Bomb use their powers for mobility is cool, although how Katana relates to mobility doesn't make sense. Chapter 50. This chapter was good. The fight goes on. Angel has character development. As he has a flashback to something, his hand is grabbed by Aki, which sacrifices 2 months of his lifespan. Aki and Angel's relationship actually built to something, which is what the story should do more often. Because they didn't get along at the start, and both were given development, the scene was allowed to be written and have the maximum impact. Setup and payoff. Chapter 51. This was okay. The strategy on Denji's part was good. The rest was Denji and Reize talking again. While their dialogue wasn't as bad as previous chapters, it still wasn't that entertaining or revealing. We do learn that Reize had been faking her attraction all this time, but that and the fight aren't enough for me to say this chapter was good. Denji trying to befriend someone who betrayed him, like he did with Power, was a nice and consistent character trait. Chapter 52. This chapter was great. The symbolism from before about the mice carries through to the end of the arc. Angel asks a mouse if the city is a nice place, showing his character development. Reize, the main source of conflict, is dealt with in a satisfying way, but I still don't think the death was sad. There is even the tragic ending of Denji expecting Reize to come while we know she won't. The Bomb arc was probably the best arc in this story. The threat was given enough build-up and even had a good plot twist. The antagonist was developed properly and even some side characters as well. The fight wasn't too bad and even had some strategy towards the end. The ending was also great. There's still the problem of how they develop other characters and kill them, but everything else was good compared to what I've seen up till now. Easily the least awkwardly written arc. The other arc with the Katana was alright. Do I think the story is worthy of praise? Not really. While the Bomb arc was great for Chainsaw Man, it would be an average arc in any other good battle manga. For example, Bleach's Lost Agent arc would be on or above this level, but that's one of Bleach's okay arcs due to the untapped potential. Naruto's Akatsuki Suppression Mission arc would also be on or above this level. This is an even better example due to how there's also a low amount of important characters and how it's mostly focused on a fight with 1 or 2 opponents. Chainsaw Man is finally reaching ground level after digging a deep hole, but I don't think this will last for long. Thank you for watching. Please like, comment, share, subscribe, and help me revolutionize the manga industry by buying my manga and spreading the word. All important links will be in the description.